Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Fidel V. Ramos. And the First Lady, Mrs. Amelita M. Ramos.
Isang maligayang at makabuluhang sentenyal sa sambayanang Pilipino. Bayan, magiging dakilang araw na ito, dala ang ating pagsaksi sa isang maringal na parada na gugunitain ang ginintuang kasaysayan ng ating lahi.
Distinguished guests of the Republic, good afternoon. On behalf of all Filipinos, we want to thank you for being with us to share in the celebration of our centennial. This afternoon, we look back at 100 years of our history and pay tribute to the many events in our life as a nation that have brought us to this day.
Isang makulay at makabagbag damdaming epiko ng kalayaan ng dakila nating lahi ang pinagbuhusan ng talino ng mga direktor, choreographers, mga taga-disenyo, artista ng entablado at pinilakang tabing sa inyo. Sisimulan natin ang ginintuang epiko ng lahing magiting sa pamamagitan ng isang pagbabadya. 300 babaylan at katalonan, mga katutubong pari bago dumating ang Kastilang mananakop, ang mag-aalay ng dasal na pasayaw kay Bathala upang maging matagumpay ang paglalahad ng epiko ng kagitingan.
Mga kaibigan at panauhin, narito ang sayaw ng 300 babaylan na uusal ng dalangin upang magpasalamat at tuloy itaboy ang masasamang espiritu nang maging matagumpay ang araw na ito.
Matapos ang pagbabadya, tinatawagan si Chairman Salvador Laurel upang ipakilala ang kanyang lubhang kadakilaan, Pangulong Fidel Valdez Ramos.
Mga kababayan, isang malaking karangalan para sa akin bilang chairman ng Philippine Centennial Commission na ibigay sa inyo ang isang lalaking hindi malilimutan sa ating kasaysayan. Isang lalaking nagbawi ng ating puri at karangalan. Isang lalaking binalik ang tiwala ng mundo sa ating katibayan at ang ating talagang katiningan bilang isang bansa. Isang lalaking nagbuo muli ng ating bansa. Mga kababayan, yung mga nakaupo, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. His Excellency, the President of the Republic, the Centennial President, Fidel Valdez Ramos. Palakpakan niya.
Maraming salamat, Tagapangulo Salvador Doy Laurel ng ating Philippine Centennial Commission at Ginang Celia Laurel, Pangalawang Pangulo at bagong halal na Pangulo, Joseph Ejercito Estrada, at Ginang Loy Estrada, kagalang-galang dating Pangulo ng ating Republika, Corazon C. Aquino, ang ating unang ginang, inyong unang ginang, aking unang ginang, Amelita Ming Ramos, Senadora at bagong halaw na Pangalawang Pangulo Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, at Ginoong Miguel Arroyo, Pangulo ng Senado Neftali Gonzales, Speaker ng mababang kapulungan ng mga kinatawan Jose De Venecia, at Ginang De Venecia, Punong Maestrado Andres Narvasa, Punong Lungsod ng Maynila Lito Atienza at Ginang Atienza, ang Gobernador General ng Papua New Guinea, the Governor General of Papua New Guinea, the Right Honorable Sir Silas Atupare, and the other special envoys of various nations, Your Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, mga kasapi ng mataas at mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso, mga kasama ko sa ating kabinete, mga kasamang naglilingkod sa pamahalaan, mga iba pang piling panauhin, mga mahal na kapatid, mga kasama, mga kababayan, ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Maayong hapon kaninyong atanan, mga kaigsoon. Naimbag naman namyo, kakapsat kinagayem. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Peace be with you. Mahal na kababayan, ating ginugunita at ipinagdiriwang ang isang napakahalagang kabanata sa makulay na kasaysayan ng ating lahi. Ang pagproklama ng ating kalayaan na isinagawa ni General Emilio Aguinaldo sa Kawit, Cavite. 100 taon na ngayon ang nakakaraan. Sa araw na yon, sa unang pagkakataon, ay iwinagayway natin ng buong pagmamalaki ang ating watawat sa saliw ng ating pambansang awit na noon din unang naringid. Ang pagpapahayag ng ating kasarinlan ay muling nagbigay patunay na ang mga Pilipino, kapag nagsasama-sama sa pagkamit ng isang mitin, ay nagtatagumpay isang katotohanan at katangian likas ng diwang Pilipino. Mapalad tayong lahat na maging bahagi ng ganitong paggunita na hindi na muling mauulit sa ating panahon. Kaya ating samantalahin ang pagkakataong ito at sama-sama nating ipagbunyi at ipagdiwang ang kadakilaan at katatagan ng lahing Pilipino at isabuhay ang kanyang diwa tulad ng ating mga magigiting na bayani ng revolusyon na siyang naghatid ng kalayaang ating tinatamasa ngayon. Dear friends, beloved countrymen and countrywomen, 100 years ago, our nation's founders gathered to declare, with one heart and one voice, our freedom from the yoke of colonial tyranny. In doing so, we became more than a collection of tribes, more than a chorus of many voices. We became in spirit and reality a nation, a people united by collective purpose and political consciousness. It may take some more years for us to realize the full benefits of freedom, but we have learned much and learned well. We have learned that freedom without growth, without development, and without justice is largely meaningless, especially to the millions of our poorest people. We have also learned that genuine growth and development cannot be driven by the sheer greed of a few, but rather by the contributions of the many, by the empowerment and the involvement of every citizen in productive enterprise. That democracy and development must come together and work together. In the words of our great statesman, Apolinario Mabini, and I quote, "Let us never forget that we are called upon to rise and can go upward only on the ladder of virtue and heroism. If we do not grow, we shall die without ever having been great, unable to reach maturity," unquote. Our rich and enduring legacy of heroism and freedom is the foundation on which we must continue building our progress and stability. Whatever our forebears were, we too of this generation can be in our own way and in our own time. Any greatness we can attain will be measured by how well we avail ourselves of the wisdom of the past, of the opportunities of the present, and of the challenges of the future. And I mean greatness here, not only in the economic or political sense, but especially in terms of how well we care for one another, of how quickly and how firmly we close the gap between the richest and the poorest Filipinos, between our geographic and social extremes. That greatness lies within our grasp. It may have taken us a century to come to this point, but it will take much less time, though with the same high intensity of effort, to realize our full potentials. It has been a distinct privilege for me, as your president, to have been part of this process, to have devoted the last 6 years of this, our first 100 years of nationhood, to expanding the growth and the optimism that will pole vault us across the millennium. Our country is at peace, not only with other nations, but also with itself, whose members once were bitterly divided by rebellion and insurgency. Our democracy is stable, with our Constitution fully respected and our democratic institutions fully functioning. No better testament exists to the vigor of our democracy than the nationwide elections we recently held, which were widely accepted to have been honest, orderly, and peaceful. In a little over 2 weeks, we shall be witnessing the smoothest transition of power this country will have ever seen, proving to the world how deeply we value the ideals and the practice of constitutional democracy. As your President, this I have guaranteed, and as your President, this commitment I shall deliver. Our successors can now stand firmly and confidently on the foundation of political stability and economic competitiveness that we shall be leaving for them to build upon some more. Over these past 6 years, we have sustained economic growth at more than 5% annually through growth in public and private investments, the expansion of our international trade, and the modernization of public infrastructure. A regime of liberalization and deregulation has led to the revitalization of our telecommunications, power, and transportation sectors, with the private sector leading the way to further growth. We have achieved substantial improvements in food security and agricultural productivity. Our financial system has proved relatively strong and stable in the midst of the crisis now sweeping our region, helping to spread the work and the benefits of development. We have established some 100 special economic zones, growth centers, and development corridors all over the country that have become centers of progress. This we have achieved without compromising our environmental and natural resources. This we have achieved by further empowering our people through training, education, networking, and information technology. We have pursued a social reform agenda to serve the poorest of our countrymen and countrywomen, stressing the need for housing, livelihood, and employment, as well as the speedy delivery of basic services. We have continued to enable our women and our youth to contribute more to our country's economic growth and political maturity. And I am proud to say that today we are honoring the Filipino youth by launching the medium-term youth development plan for our country's youngest citizens. This is indeed a legacy that I will be proud to leave to my successor, President-elect Joseph Estrada. Much remains to be done, but I am confident that we have already built up a sufficient critical mass of reform to ensure the continuity of our modernization and the consolidation of our gains. So many Filipinos have been involved in the great task of reform. They have been crucial in our collective effort to make the Philippines bright again and to make our people work more effectively together in common cause. These, the new Filipinos, are the heroes of our time, the direct inheritors of a grand and noble tradition of nation building begun by the heroes of our first revolution. They are the heroes who live in each of us, whom each of us can yet become if we can meld our daily work and our individual hopes and aspirations with those of the nation. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, mga mahal na kababayan, this commemoration of our centennial presents all of us with the opportunity to renew ourselves as a nation. The challenges that face us now echo the challenges that shaped the birth of our republic. We can do no less than our forebears in meeting challenge and opportunity with unity, with fortitude, with audacity, and with nobility of spirit. And just as our heroes gifted us with the priceless legacy to grow in freedom, so must we enrich the future for those who will come after us. This is the unwritten pact that binds one generation to the next, parent to child, elder to younger, the Filipino of our first century to the Filipino of the second. The new Filipino will enter a world such as his forefathers could have only dreamed of. A world connected by the expressways and bridges of global commerce and communications. A world demanding the sharpest skills and the stoutest energies of its inhabitants. A world where creativity and resourcefulness will count for more than brute force or affluence. I have no doubt that the Philippines of tomorrow will be a marvelous place to be. Not only will vast networks of new highways and railways crisscross our archipelago, not only will our fields teem with grain and our seas with fish, not only will there be gainful work for every willing pair of hands, for beyond material prosperity, our children and grandchildren will live in unprecedented peace and social harmony, permitting them to devote their best efforts to improving the quality of Filipino life. We stand on the threshold of not only a new century, but of a new Philippinism, a new sense of ourselves and of our capabilities and of our national destiny. This good start we are proud and privileged to have made. This first centennial is simply the beginning of even greater things to come for as long as we hold true to the unity and to the courage that brought us here to Bagong Bayan, to Pugad Lawin, to Kawit, to Bataan, and then to EDSA. And whenever our resolve should falter, let us look back to how our story as a nation began. Because our generation of Filipinos now stands on the shoulders of martyrs and heroes who were giant Filipinos, we now get a clearer view of the far horizon. Therefore, no achievement is beyond our capacity. No goal is beyond our reach. No aspiration beyond our fulfillment. Mga mahal na kapatid at mga kasama, kung sa ating pagsulong ay gambalain tayo ng agam-agam, muli nating lingunin ang ating makulay na nakaraan. Kung paano natin nabuo ang isang bansang dakila at kung paano nagbuwis ng buhay at dugo ang ating magigiting na mga bayani upang tayo ay sumunod sa kanila at magkaroon ng mapayapa at maginhawang pamumuhay. At dahil sa ang kanilang kadakilaan ay mamamalaging inspirasyon sa lahat ng ating mga pagsisikap. Walang gawaing hindi natin makakaya, walang bitin hindi nating maabot, at walang layuning hindi natin maiisakatuparan. Sa inyo lahat, mabuhay ang ating Republika! Mabuhay ang ating kalayaan! Mabuhay ang ating sentenaryo! Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
Matapos ang mensahe ng Ama ng Republika, tayo ay dadako sa pagtahak ng landas tungo sa kalayaan.
Bago dumating ang mga mananakop, isang paradiso na ang higit na 7,000 pulo sa Baybay Pasipiko ang ating bayan. Tunay na pinagpala ang bathalang may kapal, ang kanyang luntiang kagubatan, mayamungmong na halamanan, hitik na bukirin at madadawag na kagubatan.
Sa mga ito, pinakamagalang ang kahagoa, bagong pandigma ng mga Muslim. Mga kaibigan, Samantala, si
sa kanya sa Bakumay. Mga kababayan, ang karosa ng pagnulong-long sa kadakilaan kay Rizal.
José Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonga. Padre Gomez Burgos at Zamora ang nagagwis ng buhay sa malapit na pangyayaring iyon. Hindi mapabayaan. sinulat niya ang novelang Lore Lintagre. Isulat mo ako sa sasawa. Isulat mo ako sa Maria Carapo. Isulat mo ako si Pamela Maso. Isulat mo ako si Basilio. Isulat naman ako Inani Basilio. Kasama mo ako Crispin pangalan ko. Sinyas naman ako nalikas kay Susumo. Nalikas kay mga libro kami isulat.
Magtungo sa Bugadawin noong ika-23 ng Agosto, 1896.
pati na ang kanyang hukbong pagod sa pagkikihamok sa kaaway.
Mabuhay sa nakalilim na Piano!
Mabuhay! Salamat mga anak ng Bulacan. Ang pusod ng bundok ng biyak na bato ay di lamang magsisilbing kanlungan ng ating mga hukbo. Bagkos, ito ay magiging tanggulan ng bagong taktikal guerrilla.
May patay sa mga prinsipyo ng libertad, legalidad at fraternidad. Tinatawagan ko ang lahat ng mamamayang Pilipino na may pag-ibig sa tinumuang lupa na pagtibayin ang kalayaan at kasalinlan ng Pilipinas.
Mabuhay! Mabuhay sa General Leon! Mabuhay! Mabuhay sa General Leon! Ako ng ating bansang Pilipinas!
Hiwalay at kalagna-kalagna sa kapangyarihan ng Espanya. Kaya wala ng kabuluhan ang anumang pagkakaugnay natin sa kanya. At gayon din naman, bilang isang bansang may sariling kapangyarihan, ay makapagpapahayag tayo ng pakikiligma o ng pakikipagtulungan sa ibang bansa. Bansang malaya sa hindi. Nalubos na magtitiwala sa dakilang lumikha ay atin ngayon.
Hindi ang watawat ng ating bayan. Pula ay kulay ng ating katapangan.
Mga kababayan, magsitayo po tayong lahat, ilagay ang kanang kamay sa tapat ng ating dibdib at taus-puso nating awitin kasabay ng buong bansa ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Awitin po natin ang ating pambansang awit. Bayang madilim,
Eres na silanganan, alat ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Luang hirap, ulit ka ng magiging.
Sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tulad.
Ang bituin at araw ng kailan, ay magiging. Luwan ang araw ng buwan, hangit pasinta, bumatay ng dahil sa'yo.
mabuhay ang kalayaan! Mabuhay!
taglay mong kapamanan at pag-ibig sa bayan.